Hey gang, it's Guy Gelso. A friend, a fellow drummer, said to me recently that when he was coming up, he wished he had been more informed on working with a band. And you know, I started thinking about that, and I thought that was a really important topic to talk about because I was just thrown out there, trial and error in the beginning. So, like, what's the correct tempos to make the song feel good, and how to count the band in, how to keep time in a song, and what to look out for on the stage with the other guys. Important stuff. I discovered for me, it always started in the practice room. I take notes. I write down tempos for songs. I ask the other guys in the band, does it feel good to you guys? In particular, I'm really focusing on the singer because they have to work with something called cadence, which is how the words that come out of their mouth work with the rhythm and the melody. And man, if you're going too slow, they sound like they're underwater. And if you're going too fast, they're stumbling all over the words. So I take good notes at practice, sometimes writing out a whole cheat sheet. But that's a topic for another video. And on the gig, I like a set list. But sometimes that's not possible. You know, in Zebra, my guitar player, Randy Jackson, he prefers not to have a set list. So for the last 30 years, we haven't written one. And in other bands, I like to keep a list of songs and tempos next to me to start the songs with a metronome if possible. If not a metronome, just having the tempos there, I've got a reference to what I practice in the practice room. And they're not all practice gigs. Sometimes it's just a one-off. So you sit down with the guys in the band a few minutes before you hit the stage and say, what do you guys expect from me? Would you keep in touch with me? You know, look at me. You know, let me know when I'm a little off on things. You know, the worst case scenario in the 80s, I was up in New York and I was teaching, and I was in between albums and tours with Zebra. So I decided I want to get into something new and different. A wedding band came up and I took it. And I went in, rehearse on Thursday. They said, you're in the gig. I said, great, give me the song list, I'll learn them. They said, no, we got a gig tomorrow night, Friday night. We got 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And I you know, how was I going to pull this off? Well, I could cop out or I could take the challenge and deal with it. And that's what I did.
Money, lots and lots of money, so don't be asking me why.
But what I did was I went to that bass player and I said, dude, you know these songs, you stay right over the top of me. You show me where I'm going, you tell me what that beat is. So the whole 5 gigs in 3 days, he's standing over me going, Latin samba, give me a songo over here. Give me a Jewish horror over here. Give me just a 2 and a 4. Now it's a 6/8. Oh, it's a ballad. I mean, on and on and on. Now, to counting off songs, I have to get the song in my head first. I have to think about the tempo. I have to feel how the groove goes. So I'm kind of thinking ahead of myself. You know, when I get to the end of the song, immediately I'm looking at my set list and I'm thinking about where it's going next. Or if Randy's looking at me and he's giving me a song that we're going to play next, I'm kind of like thinking about it a little bit. You know, and sometimes I had a late flight in, didn't get enough sleep, and I'm tired. I had too many coffees trying to wake up, and now I'm all wired. So you really have to get the groove in your head. I usually give them a couple of halftime counts first, like this, simple enough. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives them a little lead in, so they're preparing for the 4. And if it's a 6/8, it might be like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, it gives them a lead into it. But no matter what, you're still going to get or at least I get them, Gelso, slow down, so I adjust. And sometimes I get, Gelso, speed up, you're going too slow, and I adjust again. I wasn't born with a metronome in my head. I have to work really hard at tempos, always have, but I do work on them. But sometimes I get both the Gelso slow down and the Gelso speed up at the same time, and that's when I point to the bass player and say, it's his fault, and you know, I put my head down and just follow my instincts. Now, counting off sometimes is tricky because if you don't have it anywhere near right, you're going to get into this train wreck situation. It happens, and it's inevitable in any band, and that's the That's the best part of it. It's the fun part where you, afterwards, the camaraderie, you're all laughing about, that guy screwed up. Oh, it was your fault. You know, that's fun stuff, man. So just go with it. If a train wreck happens, just try and keep everything moving forward. Another thing that I learned is that maybe that mistake I did was not so bad after all. Some of those mistakes are great fills and ideas. Sometimes I make that mistake, I'll do it again just to see what it was like. And I also try to be really aware of the other guys on the stage before I count in a song because, you know, they may be tuning and talking to a girlfriend or they're not paying attention. So you kind of need to wait till they're standing there ready to go. I keep my ears open during the show. I listen to what's around me. And I keep my head up and I'm watching the band. It's a group and the fun part's the interaction with the other members. So that's my tips on working in a live situation for whatever it's worth. I hope you guys got something out of it. Now, let me know if you have any questions or any comments at guygelso@gmail.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you for watching.
Hammer time! Thank you.